Good afternoon and welcome into the locker room. Today we are on the road talking summer workouts for football. We are joined by Coach Cofer of the Weaver Bearcats. Coach, let's just start early in the summer, just getting workouts ramped up. What does your summer look like? What are you hoping to accomplish before the season starts?
Well, we should be ahead. That's what we're kind of looking forward to. That's what I've been excited about is these kids had no idea what to expect last year. Day one was tough, but their attention span was great. They wanted to win. They wanted to do something special last year, and we were getting there. It's a process, but this year we're way ahead on what we need to do. The kids know what to expect workout-wise, especially conditioning. I've had no issues so far in the first 3 days, and just getting out here to practice. Now, it's been kind of slow-paced. Just kind of install and doing that kind of stuff. And if anybody's patience gets tested, it's me. And it's not because of the kids. It's because everything's just slow. But next week, we get all our coaches back. We've had a bunch of coaches out this past week for doing professional development and all kinds of stuff. So we get them all back next week. So that'll be a big plus.
Yeah, Coach, one of the biggest things that I've learned about you in just last year and this year is you're big on the weight room.
Yes.
You're big on the weight room. So talk about your philosophy behind that and just kind of where you've seen this team grow in the weight room.
Yeah, I think it's a mentality. I think I've lifted forever, and it wasn't my thing in high school when I was playing. It wasn't pushed like it is now, but it is a necessity. But it builds some mental toughness. I definitely think it's changed a lot of our kids' mindsets as far as being more confident. And I like to brag on our girls when I talk about the weight room too, because it's not just our guys, not just our football players, but our whole school mentality's changed, and it's been good. But weight room is huge to me simply because the confidence level. I just said it, but it's the confidence level when you have to go compete. And I don't care what sport you're playing. If you're in the paint on the court in basketball, same thing on our mentality and on the wrestling mat. Girls playing softball, it's the same thing. But we just want to build our confidence level, and it's definitely shown throughout the school, and that's what we're after. But I want it to show up on the football field, man. It's got to show up on the football field where we don't get dominated. We have to be the most physical team on the field every Friday night, and we got our work cut out for us.
Coach, this is a team that did win 4 games last year. That's the first time that has happened since Coach Hamby retired, but did still fall a little short of the playoffs. Looking back at last season, how'd you feel like things ended? Obviously ended on a positive note with a win over Pleasant Valley, but looking at last year, what was your biggest takeaway?
Yeah, I don't want to be negative. It's me. I think our kids played their tails off. If I got to say what the negative was, it was me with the mentality that I kind of brought. And a lot of people say, well, it was good. Well, it was good offensively. It wasn't defensively. And I think I made a big deal because the past 4 years they had some issues scoring some points. And so I made it a big deal when I came in about we're going to take the ball first if we win the coin toss instead of deferring, and we're going to score, and we're going to do this and run back kicks. And I think the philosophy they bought into, because we did run back kicks and we did score some points, but we didn't play as well as defense, and that's nobody's fault but mine. I think I let that slack. And, my dad was a defensive coach and a former head coach in Georgia, and he'd probably slap me upside the head if he knew what kind of defense we played last year, and that was mine. But I think we had a chance. Woulda, coulda, shoulda, to win 8 ball games last year. I think Wellborn kind of beat us up pretty bad, and Randolph County, we couldn't stop them either. But those other 4 ball games that were losses were very close, and we had chances to win. And if we get a stop or 2 there, no doubt that our kids had the confidence to score. But I think that's what we've kind of learned right there. But look, we play in better competition this coming year, even better than what we played last year, and I think that's what you got to do. That's a positive to me, because you're going to have to play good teams in the playoffs. If you want to win a state championship, win a region championship, you have to play good people to prepare you, and not cupcake games. So, I look at it as a plus for us.
Yeah. Coach, with that being said, you change regions this year. You're not in the South anymore, so I know you didn't necessarily have to deal with that. But with that being said, you lose Beulah. You lose Dadeville, you don't have to make those long trips, but you still keep Wellborn, Sachs, add in Piedmont, Westbrook Christian. You got Ohatchee back in there. So 9-team area. You do have Locust Fort and J.B. Pennington. Those are 2 wild cards right there that both had decent seasons a year ago. So looking at this area, playing more local teams, kind of talk about just the area itself, playing it, and how you guys can find a way to get in the playoffs.
Yeah, you just have to perform. gets done in practice and in the weight room, and you're preparing. And I definitely think our coaches know, myself as well, knows what to expect. And some of these teams I do not know. The J.B. Pennington and Locust Fork, I do not know. I know a little bit about Piedmont, but I'm still that new guy from Georgia that's coming in and all that. But I didn't mind the long trips. I don't mind long trips during the season simply because that's another thing that prepares you for the playoffs, and you got to be ready for it. And I think it prepares the coaches as well, not just the kids, but you got to make long trips. You got to have the right mindset. So we're doing that. But look, if you're going to perform and you want to perform at a high level, you definitely got to play good teams. And we want to make an impact, man. We want to do some damage and play good teams and play in big atmospheres that prepare you for the future as well. And look, we're doing nothing but growing this program by the day here, and it starts with our administration too. But we're doing good things here. All of our coaches are, all of our kids are. So I think when you play good people, it makes you better, and that's what we're after.
Yeah, Coach, you have a veteran that can really play quarterback, wide receiver, running back. He can play anywhere you put him on the field. In Caden Gooden, who's obviously an incredible athlete. But you also have Keyshawn Allen. I feel like he's probably one of the most underrated players. Not enough people talk about Keyshawn and just his abilities. So looking at those two guys, and maybe you can mention anybody else if you want, just talk about some of that veteran presence you have in those two, and again, anybody else that you see that could step up as be a leader this season.
Yeah, well, I think a lot of people know about Caden, but I think people don't know about Keyshawn as much because I didn't get the dude the ball enough last year. And I made that a point at one of the last games. I even turned around to him during film session and said, buddy, that's my fault. So Keyshawn Allen will definitely be touching the ball a lot more, and if not about the same as Caden Gooden does. We're going to find ways to get him the football, and he does some magical things when he's got the football in his hands. He's just a big play type guy. So his brother's not bad either. Now Junior's upcoming sophomore that can play receiver and probably our smoothest route runner. But getting back to Caden, Caden can play anywhere. He's aggressive. He can play quarterback. He's probably not going to play quarterback at the next level. He's probably going to play a little defensive back, but he can play receiver, running back, and he's tough-nosed. He's just that type of kid. I think that our strength, besides those kids right there, I think our strength is probably our linemen and our upbacks. We got some bigger kids. Caden Green, upcoming sophomore, that started at center for us, is a dude. That's the only way I can put it. And people watching, especially football coaches and stuff, they'll know what I mean by dude. He's a dude in the weight room, dude on the field. He's just nasty, and that's what we want to do. Ty Thomas, Jabari, and Dino that you just spoke about too. Dino, I can't say enough about him as far as mentality in the weight room, and he knows this is his last year. He's a senior. And he has taken over, and I kind of watched him now. He got on some kids yesterday about finishing drills, and that's not the way that we do it here. When you're talking about building a culture, that's it right there. And old Dino is not allowing bad things to happen, so that standard's raising a little bit, and those kids reacted off of it. So when they react to one of those type kids like that, that's a huge plus. But we have to be, I go back to this, but we have to be physical on the O-line and the D-line. We didn't stop the run very well last year on that. Brandon Jolliffe's one, he's a big-time wrestler too, that has stepped up, and his attitude has totally changed in a positive way as far as Brandon just kind of taking that leadership role. Coach, wherever you need me to play, I'm playing. So that's what we look for out of Brandon. Brandon's a big-time weight room guy too, so can't say enough about those guys.
Yeah. Final question, Coach. Obviously your focus is on the season alone, but you have the recruiting aspect of things as well with high school today. So what are you doing personally to try to help these guys have the opportunity to play at the next level?
Man, social media, that's the way it's gone this year. I'm going to be honest, and I may tick some people off when I say this. I'm 100% against this NIL stuff, especially on the high school level. And to me, it's destroying as we speak the college football game. I don't mind them getting paid, but when you're starting to pay these kids more than – shoot, they don't even need to come out of college, that they don't even need to do that. But, that's what we're trying to get around. We want our kids to play as a family and play for each other. I don't want the NIL type stuff and that recruiting stuff to get to where it's all about me. And we're small town USA right here, and I love it. That's the reason I came here, and good Lord's blessed me in every way possible being a Weaver Bearcat. And but social media, and then when you have kids like Keyshawn and Caden, that are getting recruited, it brings a lot of notoriety to all these other kids because people are coming and they see your kids. And we've had a lot of college recruiters come through here watching these kids work. I like for them to watch them work out and their attitude and their work ethic, because I think that's the way that you get. They can watch them practice, but what are they doing in the weight room? And these college people want to see, what kind of character does this kid have, and stuff like that. So, but the social media, I do, but I will not lie to a college recruiter. I'll tell them how this kid works. I'll tell them about his character, because we have younger kids that can be recruited too. So I won't lie to a college coach because I want them to keep coming back.
Absolutely. All right, Coach Ken Cofer of the Weaver Bearcats. Hey, don't go away, because when we come back, we talked about Caden Gooden and Keyshawn Allen just a minute ago. We'll be talking with those two when we come back.
We live in a world that moves quickly, and while we are able to connect faster than ever through technology, maybe you've noticed that real connection is hard to come by. Parker Memorial Baptist Church offers you a place to connect, a place to learn more about Jesus and the difference He can make in your life, a place to build relationships with like-minded believers, or maybe discover what it means to be a follower of Jesus Christ. A place to use the gifts and talents God has given you. A place where we love God and we love you. Parker Memorial Baptist Church, 1205 Quintard Avenue, Anniston. Visit our website for details.
Welcome back into the locker room. We are now joined by two players for the Weaver Bearcat football program. We are joined by Caden Gooden and Keyshawn Allen. These two guys are going to be big playmakers for the Bearcats this season. Guys, let's start. Obviously, last year this team won 4 games. That's the first time Weaver's won 4 games since Coach Hamby retired. But with that being said, the playoffs is still the standard. That's what you guys hope to accomplish this season. So let's look back at last year. What experience do you think you guys can take from last year that you think will help you this year?
I like to say the fast pace. We already know what to expect from the coach, so we should be able to understand a lot more than we did last year, because we had a new coach come in late. So other than that, I said we should be good.
Yeah, Keyshawn, for you, what experience do you think from last year can help you personally this year?
Yeah, same thing what he said. A lot more fast pace. We need to learn how to oh my God, I keep messing up.
That's all right.
Just throw the ball out more. Just execute plays and play good defense.
Absolutely. You guys obviously are familiar with how summer workouts go. You obviously want to be here every day, try to get as many reps as you can. But what are you looking to try to improve on the most this summer before the season starts?
I say I'm good in the weight room, but I want to be better in the weight room, and then coming out here practicing full speed and not get tired easily.
Mm-hmm. Keyshawn, for you, where are you looking to improve?
In the weight room, most definitely get stronger, get bigger, so it's not as hard to tackle when we play the bigger teams, and just get a lot of reps and continue to get better every day.
Mm-hmm. Caden, with this being year number 2 under Ken Cofer, obviously you kind of mentioned a minute ago you figure out a lot more about him. So why don't you talk about what he's like as a coach, what it's like to play for him. He's a really intense guy, but just also talk about maybe the impact he's made on you in the short time he's been at Weaver.
The impact is huge. He done changed a lot in Weaver, the culture, the athletes, everybody listen to him. It's he like family. It's like a dad. So other than that, he pushed us to our hardest. He don't want nobody slacking off or being lazy. He want everybody to go full speed and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, same question for you. Just talk about Coach Cofer.
Yeah, he's very intense. He will get on to you if you're slacking off, and he doesn't like that. But he is a good guy. He's a good coach, and I respect him.
Mm-hmm. Now, I noticed something last year when there was a flag on the play for it looked like offsides or false start. Everybody drops and did push-ups. Is that something Coach Cofer still got going this summer?
Yes, sir. We haven't put it in yet because we're not in fully practicing. We're just going through our stuff. But yeah, it's still something.
Let me ask you, how many push-ups did you have to do last year?
Probably all throughout the season, probably maybe 100. It was a lot because it's every penalty. So every penalty we get, we have to be disciplined and do our 3 push-ups.
Is that everybody on the field or everybody on the sidelines too?
It's everybody.
Everybody on the sidelines.
Yes, sir.
All right, you guys both ran track. How much of that, running in the spring, you think helps you with your speed when you get out here during the summer?
It helps you let's say your energy, your stamina. It helps you keep up with that. So track helping us during the summer, when we run the conditioning and stuff, it'll be a lot easier.
Mm-hmm. Keyshawn, you brought home another state championship 2 years in a row on the track. For you, looking back at just this past spring coming in this summer, do you feel like your speed can still improve, but also how's that help you personally?
Yes, I feel like my speed can most definitely improve because it's 2 different speeds when compared to the track and on the field, because you got all the pads on, and on the track you're just wearing clothes. So I would love to improve my speed, get faster, and be able to score more touchdowns.
Yeah, obviously you guys were in an area where you did have Welborn and Sachs, but you now get rid of kind of Beulah, Dadeville, and you bring in Piedmont, Westbrook Christian, a couple more local teams. Just talk about playing more local teams on the schedule, and also just kind of how you feel like you guys fit in, how you can finally make the playoffs for the first time in at least 5+ years.
Well, I say we can fit in, but it's still we got to take one game at a time. Other than that, we got to. All our region and stuff, it's still tough, but we can't just look at like we finna beat them. We know it's gonna be a competition every game, so we just gotta look forward for that and just compete and fight to the end.
Mm-hmm. Keyshawn adding Piedmont and Westbrook Christian. You got Ohatchee back there in the mix. Just talk about playing more local teams.
Yeah, it's big because many of the other teams we've never played them before, so we don't know what to expect. But now we know like we have to execute this, execute that, to just be on our toes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for you guys, both seniors, if I'm not mistaken, this coming up season. Caden, just looking at your senior year, man, obviously you want to make the playoffs. Obviously every player's desires to win a state championship. But for you, what are you really looking to hope to accomplish this season?
Getting back to the playoffs because we ain't been in so many years. Finishing the season with my family and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Keyshawn, for you, same question?
Just making the playoffs and winning as many games as we can.
Mm-hmm. What does it mean to you personally to play for Weaver, to go to this school?
It means a lot. I've been at Weaver since kindergarten. I mean, everybody's like family now. Like everybody look up to me, and then I look up to some people. So it's just we been friends for the longest. So we just all locked in.
Yeah. Keyshawn, for you, same question, man. What's it like to be a part of this community?
I love Weaver, man. I would never leave this place, man. I just love it. The community's great. Everybody's great. Everybody's nice to you. And we just have great people here.
Yeah. If I come back next summer, Caden, and I ask these next guys behind me, hey, tell me about the legacy that Caden Gooden left behind. What do you hope they say about you?
I hope they say I leave a good legacy. Hope everybody look up to me. That's what I want to improve. I want somebody to look up to me, not just be like, oh, he was mean, this and that. He was a bad person. I want somebody to look up to me and be like, yeah, he was good, this and that. He pushed me to be the greatest and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Keyshawn, for you, your legacy, when people talk about you, what do you hope they say?
I just want to hope that I leave behind a good reputation. And, like, I'm a nice person, a good guy. Everybody wants to look at me and say, yeah, he was a good guy. I like him. Mm-hmm. That's just what I want people to say about me.
Yeah. Obviously, your focus is on the season, but, Caden, I do know that, obviously you had an offer last year that kind of everybody started talking about. So just kind of talk about your recruiting right now, kind of where things stand for you. And, obviously, you want to play college football?
Yes, sir, I do. I got a lot of schools talking to me. I go to JSU Saturday and then Auburn Sunday for a camp. Hopefully, I do good. I know I'm going to do good, but hopefully I do good and I don't come back with no injuries and stuff. Hopefully I get more offers. But other than that, I'm just not worried about that. I'm just keep working on my craft, working on the game, and studying more and training more, and then that's it.
Yeah. Keyshawn, I feel like you're a hidden talent, man. I feel like there's not a lot of people that for some reason have not noticed you yet. So for you, obviously you want to play college football too. So what are you hoping to hopefully accomplish in the recruiting trail?
Well, I just want to get my name out there, let everybody know who I am, and be able to show my talent off.
Absolutely. All right, Caden Gooden and Keyshawn Allen are going to be two playmakers for the Weaver Bearcats this season. Hey, don't go away because when we come back, we're going to talk with two linemen for the Bearcats as we continue on the Locker Room.
For over 60 years, Oxford Lumber has been servicing our area, and our customer service has always been our main focus. Our customer service is what sets us apart from anyone else. From the moment you enter, our highly trained staff will treat you like family.
To enthusiastically provide total customer satisfaction within a positive and self-fulfilling employee relations environment. Visit us at any of our 4 locations or at oxfordlumber.com.
Since 1993, WM Grocery has been a major part of our local community. WM offers the very best in fresh produce and an outstanding meat department. WM also has many local products not found anywhere else and fresh sushi every day. If you need an event catered, come see Mrs. K at any WM store. Curbside pickup is also available for your online grocery orders. Be sure to download the WM app for all the deals of the week and shopper rewards. Go check them out today at any of their locations.
We take pride in our community and appreciate your business.
For metal buildings in Alabama and the Southeast, Waldrop Manufacturing is your one-stop source. A Waldrop metal building provides the coverage and protection your investments need. They specialize in carports, RV covers, portable buildings, and storage buildings. Stop paying rent for storage. With Waldrop's price per foot, you can actually save money by buying straight from the manufacturer. Waldrop buildings are guaranteed because Waldrop manufactures buildings with U.S. Steel right here in Calhoun County. Waldrop Manufacturing, serving the entire Southeast. Give them a call today.
Welcome back into the locker room. We are now joined by two more Weaver Bearcat football players. We are joined by two linemen. We are joined by Dino and Clark. So, guys, let's just start. Dino, why don't you tell everybody what position you play?
I play D-line, nose guard, and up back, and I just talked to coach, and I'm going to get me some reps at fullback soon.
All right. Clark, for you, what position you play?
As of right now, I'm playing offensive tackle and defensive end.
All right, guys, why don't y'all tell everybody what grade you're going to be in this season?
Senior year, going to 12th grade.
All right, senior going to be in 12th grade?
Also senior year.
All right, so we got two seniors for the Bearcats. Let's start, guys. Obviously, playing the line is completely different from playing for the skills. So what do you feel like last year, Dino, this team won 4 games? First time they've won 4 games since Coach Hamby was here, but still missed the playoffs. Obviously, this team wants to get in the playoffs. What do you feel like experience-wise you guys can take from last season that'll help you this year?
Well, really, last year we worked hard, and, we put in the work. So that's what, we just want to work harder this year and complete more stuff, get around more, be physical more, and just work harder than we did last year to make it to the playoffs.
Yeah. Clark, same question for you. What experiences from last year can help you guys this year?
I feel like last year, to moving into this year, we're going to learn from our mistakes from last year. Also make improvements. Just work on everything that we messed up on. Yeah.
Yeah. So obviously, guys, I noticed I asked the last two guys about this when there's a flag on the play. Everybody drops and does push-ups. Does that include you guys as well?
Most definitely. Most definitely. We got to. It's a discipline thing. But it actually helps us, though. So, because not everybody want to do push-ups, so it, helps us to not get the flags called on us.
Mm-hmm. Now, how many push-ups, Clark, do you think you did last year?
I'll say a total, maybe close to 50, maybe. It may not be 50. Me, I didn't play D-line as much. I mostly played O-line, so I probably did a good 20.
I got you. Now, I think Keyshawn told me he did at least 100 last year. He said there was at least 100. Dino, talk about playing on the line, man. Just the physicality, just straight up stand up one-on-one with a guy. Talk about what you love about being, inside.
I love contact. If you in front of me, I got the mentality that I'm finna beat you. I can't let nobody beat me on that line. It's a grown man sport. You got to be physical if you want to play line.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, same question for you, Clark.
It's different from a lot of other things. But if you go line up in front of me, I'm gonna try my best to put you into the ground. Make sure you don't get around me, because I'm an O-line type of guy. If you get around me, then I clearly made a mistake.
Yeah, that's good. Where do you feel like you still need to improve on the most this early in the summer? Do you know?
I feel like my footwork, a lot of my footwork, and a lot of technique moves to get off defenders. I need to work more on that.
Mm-hmm. Clark, where do you feel like you need to improve the most right now?
Also, my footwork. I'm not too good with my feet, but I'm gonna get to working on it.
Yeah. I asked the last guys this. This is year 2 under Coach Cofer, so obviously there's a little more familiar. You're a little more familiar with him now coming into this season. Talk about what he's like. He's obviously intense at practice in good ways, and then also maybe just talk about the impact Coach has made on you in his short time here.
Well, the impact he made on me, I wasn't even at Weaver, but when I first came, he was the brand new coach. Welcomed me with everything he had. He's gonna be hard on you. Make sure you work. You can't be lazy. You gotta work. You gotta work, he gonna push you in the weight room. He love the weight room, and I'm glad he's our coach. Good coach. Best coach I ever had so far.
Mm-hmm. Clark, for you, talk about Coach Cofer playing for him and the impact he's made on you.
It's a complete different culture from when our old coaches. I came in 9th grade. It's completely different. He's made a really big impact on me and my team. He's done a lot. Me getting in the weight room more, I've improved a lot since he came.
Yeah. Now you guys were in an area that did have, or were in a region that did have Welborn, Sachs, but you get rid of Beulah, Dadeville, a couple teams that are a little further out, and you add in Piedmont, Westbrook. Just talk about getting the opportunity to play more local teams every week.
I don't really know. We just got to be ready, and they got to be ready too, because we bringing it all.
Yeah. Same question for you. Talk about getting to play more local teams.
I feel like playing more local teams is going to be, of course, an easier drive, but like he said, you got to come with it. We're going to come with the work. Y'all come with the work. It's going to be a battle.
Yeah. What makes this team different from the past 5 seasons? What's going to put this team in the playoffs?
It's the atmosphere, and it's the love, and the brotherhood that we got on our team is like it's different from. I'm pretty sure it's different from other teams because like our brotherhood is strong and our bonds with our coaches, teammates is just we got the whole thing down, and I love the team and I love the coaches.
Mm-hmm. Same question for you.
Just like he said, brotherhood. You got a brotherhood, discipline. You just gotta be real disciplined.
Yeah. Dino, what's it mean to you to be a Weaver Bearcat?
It means a lot. Weaver in general, like the high school, it done changed me as a person. You know, like even the principal, like teachers around helping me if I need help. It's just the atmosphere at Weaver. Like it's a good place to be.
Mm-hmm. Clark, same question for you.
It's also changed me as a person. I came from school where just a lot of drama. I mean, I'm not saying it's drama at this school, but it's also like calmed me down as a person and taught me wrong from right.
Mm-hmm. Final question. When I come back, then talk to the guys behind you guys. Say, hey, tell me about Dino. Tell me about the legacy he left behind. Dino, what do you hope they say about you?
I hope they say that I was a leader.
Mm-hmm. Right to the point. I love it. Clark, same question for you. What do you hope they say about your legacy when your time's over?
I hope they say I was a leader also. As a good leader. That's all I got.
I said that was the final question. Let me add one more. I talked to these last two guys. Obviously, you're focused on the season, but I'm sure both of you would love the opportunity to play at the next level. So, Dino, just talk about the recruiting trail and just kind of what you hope that people, if you have a chance to talk to somebody right now that sees this, it's a recruiter, tell them what they would get in you.
You're going to get the best out of me. You're going to get a great, intelligent player, a person that wants to work and going to strive to be good every day.
Yeah. Clark, some question for you. What would you tell somebody if they saw this? What are they going to get in you?
I'm going to give you all I got. That's all.
Right to the point.
Yes, sir.
All right. We've been talking Weaver Bearcat football today as we get our summer workouts ramping up. We'll continue these workouts throughout the summer as we get closer to the fall with football and volleyball. But other than that, that's going to do it for us today. We hope you'll join us next time on The Locker Room.